Good afternoon, this is Ron Miller. I'm here with Apttus CEO Kirk Krappe, and we are at Dreamforce, Salesforce's enormous customer conference that is going on this week in San Francisco. And Kirk, I know you guys have a huge presence here. You I believe, platinum sponsors. What is it that you want to get out of this conference? And are you looking for branding? Are you looking for customers? What exactly are you looking for here?
So Salesforce is our biggest partner. We're built on the Salesforce platform. It's called Native Application. And so this one event ends up being the single most important event for us.
Right.
So to come here, not only, as you can see, the branding and the presence, but we have 800 customer meetings, prospect meetings, and so it's really a defining moment to really connect customers, prospects, and other people. So branding definitely, but very much customer touch, make sure that we're doing the right thing for our prospects and customers.
So I know you guys just got a tremendous funding round. You got $108 million, which is just a tremendous amount of money. So obviously some of this is what you're doing with it, but what are your long-term plans for the company and how do you plan to use that money?
We've been on this extraordinary growth rate. So in the last 8 years, literally 100% year on year, we reached a point where we felt that our market is so enormous that we just absolutely want to maximize that opportunity. So we raised the money really to continue this incredible growth. And that is what we're doing. So we doubled our sales team last year, we doubled it again this year. Just to give you an idea, we started the year with 500 people, we're now at 1,000, we'll be 1,500 at the end of the year.
That's amazing.
It's really amazing, and so we need capital to do that, and we have some very esteemed investors, and so that's what we've done. It's really to fuel the growth of the company because we have such an amazing market.
And I'm wondering, I know you guys put a plan in place to deal with that kind of growth and to get everybody ready. Could you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, so we've gone through a lot of pain in just finding people, onboarding them, bringing them down the path to understand what we do, finding spaces for them, getting computers for them. All of these things that we sort of take for granted end up being really big issues when you're hiring that number of people. So it's been painful. I think we're now beginning to get on top of it, but we're still hiring another 500 people between now and the end of the year.
How do you get those employees ready so that they're really ready to deal with customers when they hit the ground?
So we do something that's actually really unusual for a company our size. So every new employee in the company that either touches a customer or is involved in some form of that goes through an 8-week academy. That's an unusual investment. Most companies don't do that.
Yeah, and I imagine it's a lot better than just like saying, go ahead, start dealing with customers. I mean, you have to have some sort of background before you can do that.
You do, and finding people with our domain in the marketplace, there's only so many of them in our marketplace, so we have to train them.
So you guys have told me that you are, quote, of sufficient size that you could be a public company.
Yeah.
Obviously, the market is a little bit shaky right now, and you'll have to decide when you do that. But what kind of triggers and what kinds of things would make you think about going public?
So that's a really good question because we're a bit of a different company. We ran the company profitably for the first 7 years of the company's existence.
Which is pretty amazing, right?
Which is really unusual in Silicon Valley, which is really the land of non-profits. If you look at most software companies, they don't become profitable ever. And so for us that was really unusual, but we elected to take this capital on so that we could grow the company at this astronomical rate. And our recent round did put us into what they coined the unicorn, which is a relatively new term for me.
Over $1 billion valuation for people who don't know the term.
Yeah, exactly. I learned that recently myself. But so we're well above $1 billion valuation. But because we didn't raise money with, let's say, VCs, we're not under this pressure to have a liquidity event. Because a VC fund may be a 10-year fund, we're 8 years into it, but we have no pressure. So we will go public when we think it's right. What is the right? Not quite sure, if the truth be told. We are easily big enough now. We are definitely engaged internally in hardening our processes to make sure that we're ready for that. We've got outside consultants helping us do that. I think next year would seem logical, but given what you said with the market
it's pretty crazy out there right now.
It's crazy, so if it's the right thing to go public so that we can have more gunpowder for acquisitions or growing the company, we absolutely will. But we're playing it by ear given the market state right now.
Well, thanks for taking the time to talk to us today. I know you must have a tremendous amount going on with this huge conference.